Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling exhausted even though you slept for 7 or 8 hours and quietly wondered, is this just part of getting older? But what if I told you that this constant fatigue, those restless nights, and that heavy feeling when you wake up may not be normal at all and may actually be a warning sign that your kidneys are under stress while you sleep? I'm Dr. Mark Ellis, and this is something I see far too often. Many people assume their sleep problems come from stress or age, but in reality, one of the most damaging factors is hiding in plain sight. What you eat at night, especially the type of protein you choose before bed. Some proteins force your kidneys to work overtime when they should be resting quietly, disrupting your sleep and accelerating long-term kidney strain without causing pain or obvious symptoms. And here's what makes this so dangerous. Most people don't realize anything is wrong until poor sleep turns into chronic fatigue, rising lab numbers, or early kidney decline. By the time they connect the dots, the damage has already been building for years. But the good news is this: protecting your sleep and your kidneys doesn't require extreme diets or cutting out protein altogether. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 specific proteins you can eat in the evening that help your body relax, support deep restorative sleep, and reduce the workload on your kidneys at the same time. These aren't trendy foods or expensive supplements. They're simple, practical choices that can make a real difference starting tonight. And make sure you stay with me until the end, because the last protein is one many people eat almost every night, completely unaware of how much it can either help or harm their sleep and kidney health. Let me start with something that sounds simple, almost too simple: egg whites. If you've ever been told to eat more protein but protect your kidneys, chances are egg whites were the first thing recommended to you. And on the surface, that advice sounds absolutely right. I remember a patient in his early 60s telling me, "Doctor, I did everything right. I stopped red meat, I stopped fried foods, and I only ate egg whites every morning." Yet 6 months later, his kidney numbers were still drifting in the wrong direction, not crashing, but quietly worsening. And that's the most dangerous kind. Here's the truth most people never hear. Egg whites are one of the highest quality protein sources on the planet. They contain all 9 essential amino acids, almost 0 fat, 0 cholesterol, and most importantly for kidney health, extremely low phosphorus and potassium compared to most animal proteins. From a scientific standpoint, egg white protein has a biological value close to 100, meaning your body uses almost all of it, leaving behind far less nitrogen waste for your kidneys to filter. Studies published in clinical nutrition journals show that replacing red meat with egg white protein can reduce proteinuria, the leakage of protein into urine in people with early-stage kidney disease. That alone can slow kidney decline. But here's where things quietly go wrong. Most people don't damage their kidneys by what they eat. They damage them by how much, how often, and when they eat it. Egg whites are safe, yes, but eating them excessively every day without balancing hydration, sodium, and overall protein load can still push your kidneys into overwork mode. I've seen people eat 6 to 8 egg whites in one sitting, believing more clean protein must be better. It's not. For kidneys under stress, moderation protects more than restriction ever will. 1 to 2 egg whites prepared simply, spaced properly within the day. That's where the real benefit lives. Anything beyond that, and even the cleanest protein, starts becoming a burden. And there's one more thing most people overlook, something that can silently cancel out the benefits of egg whites entirely. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there's another factor that's even more dangerous, and almost no one is warned about it. After understanding how even a clean protein, like egg whites, can become a burden when used the wrong way, this naturally leads us to a food that many people with kidney concerns feel deeply conflicted about: salmon. Salmon is often labeled a superfood, and for good reason. But I've had patients look me straight in the eye and ask, "Doctor, is salmon helping my kidneys or slowly hurting them?" That question matters more than most people realize. I remember a woman in her late 50s who followed every heart-healthy guideline she could find. Salmon 3 to 4 times a week, generous portions always grilled. Her cholesterol improved, her inflammation markers dropped, but her kidney labs didn't move the way we expected. Something wasn't adding up. Here's the science most people never get the full picture on. Salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, which have been shown to reduce systemic inflammation, improve blood vessel function, and lower triglycerides. For kidneys, this matters because inflammation and poor circulation are two silent drivers of long-term damage. Several studies have shown that omega-3 intake can help slow the progression of chronic kidney disease, especially in people with diabetes or hypertension. So where's the problem? The issue isn't salmon itself, it's the phosphorus load and portion size. Salmon contains significantly more phosphorus than egg whites. In healthy kidneys, that's manageable, but in kidneys that are already struggling, excess phosphorus can accelerate vascular calcification and worsen fatigue, itching, and bone weakness long before lab numbers look alarming. This is where intention becomes protection. When eaten once or twice a week in portions no larger than the palm of your hand, salmon becomes a therapeutic food not just for the heart, but for kidney circulation and inflammation control. But when eaten frequently or paired with salty marinade sauces or smoked preparations, it quietly shifts from supportive to stressful. There's another detail most people miss. Wild-caught salmon tends to have a better omega-3 to phosphorus balance compared to many farm varieties, and preparation matters more than people think. Baking or steaming preserves benefits without adding hidden sodium, a major enemy of kidney health. So yes, salmon can be a powerful ally, but only when used with precision, not enthusiasm. And here's the part almost no one warns you about. There is one common habit people combine with healthy salmon meals that can undo all of these benefits and push kidney damage even faster. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there's another factor that's even more dangerous and most people never see it coming. After realizing that even a perfect food like salmon can quietly strain the kidneys when paired with the wrong habits, we arrive at a food almost no one expects to be controversial: Greek yogurt. Most people hear Greek yogurt and immediately think gut health, strong bones, clean protein. And they're not wrong. But for kidneys, this is where the line between healing and harm becomes razor thin. I once worked with a man in his early 60s who replaced breakfast with Greek yogurt every single morning. No soda, no fast food, no sugar. On paper, he was doing everything right. But his lab results told a different story: rising phosphorus levels, increasing fatigue and muscle weakness that didn't make sense to him at all. Here's what the labels don't explain clearly. Greek yogurt is high in bioavailable protein, meaning your body absorbs it fast and efficiently. That can be helpful, but for kidneys already under pressure, fast protein absorption means faster nitrogen waste production. At the same time, Greek yogurt is also naturally rich in phosphorus, often much higher than regular yogurt because it's more concentrated. Studies show that in people with reduced kidney function, excess phosphorus accelerates vascular stiffness and worsens long-term kidney decline even before creatinine levels spike. And the danger is subtle. There's no immediate pain, no warning sign. Just slow, silent overload. But here's where the story changes. Greek yogurt also contains live probiotic cultures, and emerging research suggests these beneficial bacteria may help reduce uremic toxins produced in the gut, toxins that kidneys would otherwise need to filter out. In other words, when used correctly, Greek yogurt can actually lower toxin burden, not raise it. So what separates benefit from harm? Timing, portion, and type. When consumed in small portions a few times per week, not daily, and preferably paired with fiber-rich foods, Greek yogurt supports gut-kidney communication rather than overwhelming filtration. Choosing plain, unsweetened versions avoids hidden phosphorus additives that are far more dangerous than naturally occurring minerals. This isn't about fear, it's about control. Because the kidneys don't fail suddenly, they surrender slowly, one healthy habit taken too far at a time. And here's what most people never connect. There's a common drink nearly everyone consumes alongside foods like yogurt and salmon that multiplies kidney damage far faster than protein ever could. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there's another factor that's even more dangerous, and almost everyone overlooks it completely. And this brings us to the factor that quietly connects everything we've talked about so far: egg whites, salmon, Greek yogurt, and turns them from helpful foods into a kidney disaster. It's not food at all. It's what most people drink with it. I once asked a patient a simple question: "What do you usually drink during the day?" He smiled and said, "Nothing bad. Mostly diet soda, zero sugar." His kidney function was declining faster than expected, and he couldn't understand why. Here's what almost no one tells you. Many soft drinks, especially colas and diet sodas, contain phosphoric acid. This form of phosphorus is not natural, not slow release, and not gentle. Studies show that phosphorus additives are absorbed nearly 100% compared to only 40–60% from natural foods. That means one can of soda can stress the kidneys more than an entire meal of real food. Even worse, this damage is silent. Excess phosphorus doesn't just strain filtration, it hardens blood vessels, disrupts calcium balance, and accelerates kidney scarring. Research has linked frequent soda consumption to faster progression of chronic kidney disease independent of sugar intake. That's why diet doesn't mean safe. And it's not just soda. Many people switch to bottled teas, flavored waters, or electrolyte drinks thinking they're making a healthier choice. But these often contain hidden sodium phosphate stabilizers and acids that force kidneys to work overtime just to keep blood chemistry stable. This is where the story turns personal. I've seen patients clean up their food completely, lean protein, healthy fats, probiotics, yet continue declining simply because they never questioned what was in their cup. Once the drinks change, the labs stabilize. Sometimes that was the only change needed. So what's the solution, water? But not just any water habit. Spacing intake evenly, avoiding large late-night loads, and choosing simple additive-free hydration reduces kidney stress dramatically. Herbal infusions without additives can help, but the foundation is still plain water consumed intentionally, not mindlessly. Because kidneys don't fail from one bad choice. They fail from thousands of small harmless sips repeated every day. And here's the part that truly decides everything. There is one final habit almost everyone with kidney trouble gets wrong, and it determines whether damage slows or becomes irreversible. But knowing this alone is not enough because there's another factor that's even more dangerous, and it may decide whether dialysis becomes unavoidable. Stay with me. After everything we've uncovered, the hidden phosphorus in drinks, the silent overload from healthy habits, the final food most people believe is completely safe, deserves a closer look: skinless chicken. Chicken breast without the skin is often prescribed as the default protein for anyone with kidney concerns. Lean, clean, low fat, and on the surface that sounds perfect. But this is where many people unknowingly cross the line between support and strain. I remember a patient who proudly told me, "I eat chicken every day. No skin, no frying, just grilled." Yet his kidney function continued to decline slowly but steadily. He wasn't cheating. He was following advice, just not the full picture. Here's what science helps us understand. Skinless chicken is high in complete animal protein, which means it produces a significant amount of nitrogen waste once digested. Healthy kidneys clear this easily. But compromised kidneys don't just filter slower, they accumulate waste, leading to fatigue, brain fog, and inflammation long before lab values look alarming. Studies show that in people with chronic kidney disease, excess daily animal protein intake accelerates glomerular pressure, speeding up kidney scarring over time. And chicken, because it's seen as safe, is often eaten too frequently and in portions far larger than needed. But here's the balance point, and this is crucial. Chicken itself is not the enemy. Repetition is. When skinless chicken is eaten 2 to 3 times per week in modest portions and paired with fiber-rich vegetables, it provides necessary amino acids without overwhelming filtration. Cooking methods matter too. Boiling or steaming reduces harmful compounds compared to high-heat grilling or pan-searing. The mistake most people make is thinking that removing the skin removes all risk. It doesn't. It removes fat, but the protein load remains. Kidney-friendly eating isn't about cutting foods out completely. It's about rotating protein, spacing intake, and giving the kidneys time to recover between loads. Because kidneys don't ask for perfection. They ask for rhythm. And here's the final truth. Even if you choose the right foods, the right drinks, and the right portions, there is one daily habit that quietly overrides everything we've discussed so far. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there's another factor that's even more dangerous, and it may determine whether your kidneys stabilize or continue to decline no matter how healthy you eat. If you've stayed with me until this moment, I want you to know something important. You're not behind and you're not powerless. Kidney health doesn't disappear overnight, and it doesn't come back overnight either. But every small adjustment you make, what you eat, what you drink, how often you rest your kidneys, truly matters. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be aware, consistent, and kind to your body. If this video helped you understand your kidneys a little better, save it. Not just for today, save it for the days when habits slowly slip back in and you need a gentle reminder of what really protects your health. And if you want clear, practical, science-based guidance to care for your kidneys without fear, without confusion, subscribe to this channel. I share updated medical insights, real-life explanations, and simple strategies that help you protect your kidneys for the long run. Because kidney care isn't about restriction. It's about giving your body a future with more energy, more clarity, and more peace of mind. Take care of yourself. Your kidneys are quietly working for you every single day. And with the right knowledge, you can work for them too.